them a hand. Loud enough so that they can hear it over there. They did a good job. If you didn't get enough to eat, that's your own fault. And how about those cookies? Man, that's a good little topping there. Top it off. Again, we want to thank you for being here tonight. And Harvest Baptist Temple, we've been privileged to host this for 10 years. A lot of you don't know a little bit about our history, but 40 years ago, Pastor Bob Gass, Pastor Mike Gass, was led by the Lord to come to the Rogue Valley and start Harvest Baptist Temple. And really, a vision of Pastor Bob and Pastor Mike is this night, which started 10 years ago. So I'm going to ask our senior pastor, Pastor Bob Gass, to come on up, and he's got just a couple words that he would like to share.
Well, I can tell you right now, no Baptist preacher has just a couple of words he'd like to share. Okay. We're so glad to have all of you here tonight. Every year, this is a prime event for our church and our outreach to the community, and the Schearer family have been a major part of that these last 10 years. And we're so grateful to them for all that they do, the ministry that they have. They travel all over the world and places doing what they're doing here for us here tonight. And, you know, really there's so many requests for them that we are fortunate enough to be able to get them every year. And they're just really the finest of people. And so regarding the ministry that they have had for us in our church all these years, their entire family, we just appreciate so much what they do. And we're so thankful for what they do. You know, just to tell you the kind of caliber people that you're going to be listening to tonight, there was a small town back in the east or the west there, that not west, the south, that had a tornado go through, and it flattened almost everything in the town. The day that they're supposed to have one of these meetings. And so they got together with the pastor. He was on the phone and said, I'm going home. I don't know if I have a home left or not, but, you know, I don't know if we can have the meeting or not. And they said, let's do something special. Let's have a rally for the community. And so these guys, now he didn't know that I knew this, but these guys got together with that preacher, and they raised money for the people in that community that night. They raised $10,000 for them, gave it to them so they could help people get housing and food and things that they needed to be a blessing to the community. That's just their heart. Their heart's always like that, whatever they can do to help people. And I think that's why when you listen to them, how many of you heard Brother Chad speak before? How many will this will be your first time? All right, we're almost evenly divided here tonight. You're in for a real blessing because these people are genuine. They're for real. They're not put on. They're not putting on airs or anything. When you see them for who they really are. And that's one of the reasons we want to make a special presentation to their family tonight. I have a plaque right here that I want to give to them. I'll ask Brother Chad, would you and your wife and your boys, would you all make your way up here, please? No, I'm just waiting for them to come. We've only done this one other time in almost 40 years of ministry. So it's an important move on our part, and we only do it on a special occasion, and we feel like these folks are part of that for us. This is presented to Chad Schearer and family in honor of 10 years of memorable and successful outdoor nights at Harvest Baptist Temple. And to express our gratitude, we are honored to bestow upon the Schearer family honorary membership to Harvest Baptist Temple. We are grateful for the eternal impact of your ministry and that it has made in our area. And this is something not many churches do, but this family, if you know them at all, you know that they're deserving of an honor like this, and it's our privilege to be able to invite them into our membership as an honorary members of Harvest Baptist Temple.
Appreciate that.
Well, if you've never heard them or heard Brother Schearer in his presentation, you're in for a real treat tonight. And do we have their video queued up? Let's go ahead and introduce them the way that they're used to being introduced.
Hi, everyone. I'm David Blanton from Realtree. And, you know, I've known Chad and Marcia Schearer for a long, long time. And I'm big fans of their entire family, including their two boys. Matter of fact, we go so far back that I killed my first mule deer ever in Montana with Chad. What a great memory. So, You're in for a treat tonight, so sit back and relax and enjoy the adventures of Chad and Marcia Schearer, including the greatest adventure of all.
Chad Schearer grew up hunting in the mountains of Montana. As a young man, he pursued his passions hunting and fishing every chance he had. While in college, Chad started guiding hunters and perfecting his skills in the woods. Chad loves calling in elk and has won every major elk calling competition in the United States and is a world champion and two-time Eastern U.S. champion. Chad became the youngest person to ever become licensed as an outfitter in Montana and has been an outfitter and guide for the past 25 years. Chad has hunted on 5 continents and extensively around the world. Chad and his family host the award-winning television series Shoot Straight. More importantly than any of these accomplishments, Chad is a husband to Marcia and a dad to Walker and Wyatt. Marcia Schearer grew up in Tennessee. She jokes she was hunting for a husband, but now she says she hunts with her husband. Marcia is known for her ability as a camp cook and in the kitchen hosting Shoot Straight's recipes from the field. But don't let that fool you, as she has been a licensed Montana guide for over 15 years and has spent over 500 nights in a tent. Marcia was the first lady to be put on the CVA pro staff and has hunted and fished around the world. Let's just say there isn't enough time to say what Marcia really does for Chad and Shoot Straight TV. Walker Schearer grew up traveling around the world with his parents to hunting and fishing destinations. Walker was a couple of months old when he spent his first night in a tent. He has traveled from Africa to the Arctic Circle, and he did that before he was 5 years old. Walker took his first turkey at age 6 and his first bull elk at 9, a beautiful 6-point. Walker loves bird hunting and has several well-trained bird dogs. In fact, he has started his own kennel called Big Sky Bird Dogs, where he raises and trades Labrador Retrievers and English Springer Spaniels. Walker also has a passion for fly fishing and has fished from Alaska to Mexico. Wyatt Schearer also loves the outdoors. Wyatt started elk hunting at a young age and has won numerous elk calling competitions, including taking second place at the World Elk Calling Competition. Wyatt loves to turkey hunt and completed his Turkey Grand Slam at age 11. At age 14, he has taken a number of elk with his rifle and bow. When he isn't hunting or fishing, you will find him working cows. Wyatt is passionate about his horses and loves team roping as well. He spends hours roping and riding and is training his latest colt, Rango. Now let's take a moment and welcome Chad Schearer of Shoot Straight TV.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Bob, that nice plaque and honorary membership. And what a great church to be a member of. I'm telling you what, that's exciting, and thank you all for that. And I appreciate all the hard work. 10 years coming to this event, and it just keeps getting better and better. Or as they say in other parts of the world, gooder and gooder. It just keeps getting... I'll tell you what, we need to give those cooks another great round of applause. That was incredible. Do you realize they cooked 300 pounds of chicken? That's a lot of chicken. You know what I thought was real neat about it? Anything they have left over, they take it down to the rescue mission and they donate it to them, and they provide some meals there. So what a great group of people here, and it's exciting. I'm happy to be here, and I've got my wife Marcia and 2 boys. We'll bring them up in a little bit, but we love coming to Medford, and it's just Harvest Baptist Temple here. They do such a great job, and turn my remote on, and big new projector this year. This is great. Exciting. Like you saw in the intro, our TV show is Shoot Straight. You can watch us on the Pursuit channel if you have Dish or Direct, also on YouTube, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We even tweet. What is up with that? But we do it. Our sponsors ask us to. So you'll see posts with us. We've been doing Facebook Live here earlier, so check it out after the service. You might find out you were on that. And we want to thank our many sponsors for making it possible for us to do what we do. And we're sponsored by some great companies out there, and we're so thankful for that. And for all you folks watching live stream right now, hello from Medford. We appreciate you tuning in because they're live streaming. We got people tuning in from all over the country, so we're excited about that. Now, one of the things I love to do is call animals in. We've done that before here, and it's kind of one of our signature things. And we've got calls here tonight for you folks that want to learn how to call. We'll teach you how to call. And kids, remember, any call you buy from us tonight at the show, you get a free pass to call all the way home in the car. Because once that ride is over, then it becomes an outside toy. I'm just saying. Your parents know what I'm talking about. But we love to, we do it for $5 just to teach kids how to call. And we've got the double recalls, the turkey calls. We have all kinds of fun. Marcia even said, we'll do a special tonight. We got duck calls too. $20 in calls, you get a free video. So we're doing all kinds of fun things after the show. So anyway, put this in the roof of your mouth. You can do a cow elk or a female elk. You can do a bull elk. How many elk hunters do I have in here tonight? Whew, I tell you, how many bow hunters do I have? Muzzleloader hunters? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I like hunting with a muzzleloader. I've hunted 5 continents with a muzzleloader. That's how much I like the one-shot challenge. When you're looking at Cape Buffalo staring you down, you're going, why do I only have one shot in here? What else do we have in here? How many rifle hunters? Turkey hunters, waterfowl hunters, road hunters. Just see what we got here for a crowd. But I'm glad we got elk hunters in here. We can do a bull elk. I love calling elk in. How many are ready? I'm telling you what. Turkeys, that's just right around the corner. Hunt turkeys. Coyotes. Any coyote hunters in here? And then after you shoot, it sounds like this. And the deer, thank you. I'll just tell you, you got to keep the predators under control. I last year was appointed on the Mule Deer Foundation's board of directors, and so I've learned even more, importantly, how we need to manage our predators for our deer numbers to stay up as they are. Do a squirrel call, otherwise known as when you're getting ready to draw on that bull elk, that pesky little animal that makes you want to go shoot them. Do a loon. I can call my wife in with this call. Very versatile call. Remind me, how many, I didn't get to see all the hands, how many is your first time at this event here? Wow, look at, oh man, I didn't realize that much. Thank you all for coming. How many been to all 10 years? That guy right there, I know that. Wow, look at y'all. Thank you all for coming. Man, what a treat to be here. Hopefully none of you were running late. Or maybe some of you guys even hit this on your car. I know we got some law enforcement guys here. And thank you, and gals, thank you for what you do in the community. I feel very safe tonight. I met some of you. I appreciate all you do. But maybe some of you are running late and heard this from some of Medford's finest. License and registration, please. If you're over in England, it sounds like this. You too someday, if you work hard, go to school and blow this call. You can do what I do. I mean, that's it. You got to have fun with it, but I appreciate it. You know, last year we did something new here, and we have a lot of new people that are with us, and we had some special requests. Hey, you going to do that thing again? So we're going to do it one more time for you since it's the 10th anniversary. It's mid-September. Frost on the sagebrush. The aspen trees are yellow. The elk are in full rut. You're sitting there with your bow you've been shooting all year. Oh, you can smell them. It's starting to snow. And here they go. That's a herd bull. Stupid squirrel. Get out. How we doing, boys?
Great.
How are you doing?
Good.
You get enough chicken?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Walker and Wyatt. Walker is almost 16, so that means you were almost 6 first time we came here years ago. First time I came here, I was by myself, and then we brought you in here as you got a little bit older. Now, Walker, as it showed in the video, you love hunting waterfowl, don't you?
I sure do.
Now, you spend a lot of time training bird dogs.
Yes, sir.
Tell me something you've learned about training bird dogs.
You know, there's so many valuable things that I've been taught by a lot of great mentors in the industry that I've been learning. But one of the biggest things is if you treat your dog with respect and kindness, it'll pay off in the long run, and it makes training easier and a lot more fun, and you get a lot more progress made in that aspect of things.
Now, what kind of dogs do you have?
You know, I love all bird dogs, but I personally have Labrador Retrievers and English Springer Spaniels right now.
Man, that's awesome. You've got Big Sky bird dogs, and whew, it's all kinds of fun. Some of the finest dogs I've hunted around. Wyatt, how you doing, buddy?
Wonderful.
Now, you like to hunt, don't you?
I do.
Now, you got any memorable hunts this year?
You know, all my hunts were a lot of fun, but one was really fun.
One stuck out. Now, a lot of times we do our TV show, and people think, oh, you get to hunt the best places in the world. And we get to travel a lot, and I'll tell you, some hunts are great. Some hunts, not so good. We were on a hunt in Illinois this year. Supposed to be an incredible hunt. I never saw a deer we're shooting. And this is an area, Illinois, cornfields, big whitetails. It just happens that way. But one thing I love about our boys is they've learned how to talk to people and landowners. And tell me what happened this year.
You know, this year, Mom shot a really nice mule deer, so I went out to go see it, and I came around a corner and spotted this really nice whitetail buck.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know who owned the property, so I went in to introduce myself. And he gave me permission. The next night, I went in with Mom, and I shot the deer at 280 yards.
Whew. So let me guess. You're 14. You go out, you're on your four-wheeler, you spot this buck, you find out who owns the land, you introduce yourself, get permission.
Shoot the buck the next night.
Shot the buck the next night.
Sir, 5x6 whitetail.
But then what did you do afterwards? I like this about it too.
You know, you always thank him very much, and I send him a really nice gift card and just tell him thank you. Maybe next year there'll be another one there.
Right? Offer to help them with haying or fixing fence or anything. So Wyatt, I'm proud of you. Now, one thing we like to do is hunt ducks and geese. I know we have some waterfowl hunters in here. I know we have some duck fans in here too. So, you know, yeah, I am going to see. I might need some help. Has this girl blown a duck call before? She's got a Drake hat on. Come on up here. Come on up. All right. I should say, would you like to come up here? I'm not telling you. You're dressed just great. What's your name?
Maddie.
Maddie? You have a duck call like this, Maddie? Sort of, not like this. This is the shoot straight duck call. So, I'm going to hand it to you, and we're going to see if you'll help us. Now, to blow this duck call, it's real easy. Can you breathe? Yeah. Yeah, good. I thought so because you walked up here. So, let me hear you call. Just blow right into that call. Oh, good job. So, we're going to have you help us. I'm going to get down here, Maddie. The boys are behind me. It's early morning. We're out there in the duck blind in Montana. We're going to start out with some goose calling, and then we're going to get into the duck calling. When I point to you, you join in, okay? So it's early morning. Fog's coming off a lake. The geese are up high, and I say, boys, let's bring them geese in. And all of a sudden, those birds are starting to come closer. And about that time, those mallards come flying by. Whew, you hear those whistling wings, and I say, Wyatt, hit them with a feeder call. And then you know what we say? Take them. Take them. Take them! Yell it. Say, take them!
Take them.
That's perfect. And then all of a sudden, it's like the 4th of July. The guns are up. Pop, 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 pop. Birds are hitting the water. Splash, splash. And Walker takes one of his dogs. If he has pow, he goes, pow. And he goes out, starts bringing all the the birds, the ducks, and the geese back to us. And you know what I say, Maddie? Thank you for shopping at God's grocery store, where it's 100% organic meat. Thank you, Maddie. You want to keep that call? Good, because I am glad. Here you go, and there's some extra reeds in there if you need it. You just can't call while I'm up here, okay? Because you'd show me up. Thanks, Maddie. I appreciate it. Thank you, boys. Yeah, you can. I'm going to have the boys pass some stuff out. This is neat. You put a camera on it, hooks into the tree from Real Tree. There's Kona's flashlight, Acura hat, earplugs, Kona scope. You want to give out the Kona scope there? All right, what else man, we're loaded up. Throw some of this stuff out here. Anybody reloading here? All right, how about who has 9mm dies? All right there, I got Acura bullets. My buddy Michael McMichael, Power Belt bullets, he invented them. They're making Acura bullets for you reloaders. These things are incredible. We just shot a factory video of the tour last week, and I was amazed. This guy's got 9mm bullets right here. Cowgirls of Faith. We got any cowgirls in here tonight? Anybody? You're not a cowgirl. Yeah. Don't think so. There we go. Where's my bow hunters? This goes on your sleeve, gets in your front row seat right there. Monster Bucks DVD. There we go. Any ladies in here, their husbands snore too loud like I do? Here's some earmuffs right there. Or for shooting. There we go. I got to look in here. What is this? That is a buck knife. Hey. We got a buck knife in here. We'll just throw that. Oh, that was dangerous. Oh, we have fun. I appreciate everybody coming out. We've got these new duck calls we just blew up here. And like I said, doing some specials. Duck calls are $15. You buy $20 in calls tonight, you get a free video. Marcia has a video out there. And then we also got other videos. We've got the season 2016. 6.5 hours of hunts, all our TV shows. You get those tonight on the table. We got those for sale. So anyway, we have fun, but we live in the greatest country in the world, don't we? United States of America. I tell you what, I'm so proud to live here in America, but I also know freedom isn't free. And we have a lot of people in here that fought for our freedom. And so tonight, here in Medford, we want to honor those that are current military, past military, or veterans or families of military, because the families also make ultimate sacrifices. If you'd please stand, we want to give you a big round of applause tonight. Let's thank these folks here tonight. Man, that's awesome. I take my hat off to each and every one of you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you folks very much. I felt bad. I was invited to the Veterans Breakfast, but we didn't get into town in time to make it over here because we wanted to do that this week, hopefully next year. But I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, we love hunting. You love hunting, so we all have that in common. And we're going to do a whole variety. We got new video footage never seen before in Oregon, and we ramped it up for tonight's special 10th anniversary edition. So hope you enjoy it. We're going to give you tips and techniques along the way. I'll talk fast, you listen fast. We'll watch some video. We'll have a good time. Walker loves his bird dogs, and we love using them out in the field. So we're heading to northern Saskatchewan and going to go after birds. Boys had a good season this year. This is up on some public land in Montana. Wyatt got a banded bird this year, 11 years old. 11-year-old duck came out of Alberta, about 900 miles north of where we live, and took that. And in that same flock, Walker got this beautiful redhead duck. And so, man, it was awesome. We had a great season. But let's head up north to Saskatchewan. Good shot! And Marshall's up next with two Winchester shotgun. Get ready, Marshall. Take it. Yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! Shoot like a girl.
Get ready, they're coming right
There
at
comes the close.
Take them. We got.
Take him. That one landed in our lap. Woo, we got him. That was self-defense.
He's from the right.
Then it's time to go after some honkers.
Here they come. Take him.
Now this is a lot of bird for a dog.
Good
right here.
shooting, guys.
That's a 16-pound bird.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Good shot. Good shoot. That was you, bud. That was all you.
That's when his dogs are at their happiest. Oh, Cam. Watch this ear on this coming back. Gives them extra balance. I was like, oh, just
Take him.
oh yeah. I got the bird. We were trying to make some good camera work there. That bird just kept getting closer, and then I realized he's going to be in the decoys in a second. But we have a lot of fun with that. I know besides hunting waterfowl, we got turkey hunters here, and turkey hunting is always an exciting thing. Now, you heard me do those calls earlier. I was using that straight double call. That's the one I use to make all those sounds. It's a double reed mouth call. You say, why do you use those calls? So I'm hands-free. I can shoot my bow, my rifle, whatever. But when I'm turkey hunting, I like to be hands-free, but I like it to be a little more raspy. And so I'll use a call. I make this call a triple inverted V. It goes in the roof of your mouth. It's more raspy. It sounds more realistic. And that gets those birds fired up, call them in, and man, are they good to eat. Let's talk turkeys for a minute. Some techniques. Patience versus aggression or aggressiveness. There's some people that are all about getting out there early in the morning. They'll set up and they'll sit in one area all day. And then there's other guys that are run and gun like me. I like to go after them. Biggest thing, it depends how much property you have to hunt and if the birds are in there. First thing we do in the morning, being patient, you got to find those birds. Take your owl call out. Say, who cooks for you? Who cooks for y'all? For you folks that aren't turkey hunters, you're like, why are you calling with an owl call? It's called shock gobbling. That'll get those birds fired up. It's called shock gobbling. What else works? Well, if you're hunting any place near a construction site and the big old D9s are backing up, beep, beep, that'll fire them up. If you're next to a pond and there's geese, I've had turkeys shock gobble when they hear this right here. And they'll fire up with that. All different high-pitched sounds. Sirens, if a siren goes by, they'll fire. But when you get out there, you got to find the birds. You want them to shock gobble at that first light. Get in close to them. Then if you're not on them, then you get aggressive. Move in, try to get closer to them. You'll have more success that day. Once you move to another area, if I'm not hearing birds or seeing birds, I'm going to be moving. I'm going to look for areas. Rest assured the turkeys are going to be where the feed is. So if there's food in the area, that's where you're going to find your turkeys at. A lot of places, turkeys will hang by ranches. They'll hang in creek bottoms where they have good roost trees, and that's very, very good places to find them. And then run and gun mid-morning. If it's mid-morning, I'm out there and I'm not finding birds, I'll start cutting to them, especially later in the season, because what happens is these birds will get lonely. Those hens start laying on their nests, and those birds start getting lonely. So what do? You get out there, you start cutting, move, be aggressive. Midday, they fire up. If you can get a turkey to fire up at 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, odds are you're going to get him to come in. Because he's lonely, the hens are gone, and he's wanting to come in. So try that. Try some run and gun techniques, and you'll have more success when you turkey hunt next time. Here's just a few birds, and we love hunting turkeys. Oh, I love hunting turkeys. Now, we have a special treat tonight. Originally from Tennessee, now resides in Belton, Montana, my wife, Marcia. I am so glad she is with us tonight. Come on up, honey. The microphone was up here. There it is. How are you?
I am great.
Why are you so great?
I just love being here.
I know you do.
This is live.
It is.
I'm going to say this is our favorite place. Shh. Don't tell everybody who's watching. No, I'm just kidding. We love it. Hey, did you tell them when that bird came in? Because you know how Chad likes to make things, a movie star on camera? He did shoot some of the decoys. So he didn't confess that, but just saying.
The outfitter's like, what happened to that decoy? I'm like, hey, I was making a TV show.
We all pointed to Chad. So
I'm making goose hunting great again, folks. One decoy at a time.
There you go. There you go. Now listen, when I get up here, you tell a story like when my chair flew back and when the bear was coming
with
at
the turkey.
me.
These guys, some of the people remember that. When
But
she
we
was
don't
sitting there
need-
turkey hunting, the 12 gauge went off. Boo! She fell over. I can't get up. I can't. That one?
And we weren't supposed
Or the
to
bear?
go there, but I love bear hunting.
You do love bear hunting. And look at this. Look at some of these animals you've taken the last few years. Big old moose in Montana, 360 class bull down in Arizona right there.
Have we told the moose story here? We didn't tell that moose story. Have you got? No, you haven't gotten a moose yet.
Not in Montana.
You put how
Alberta,
many?
but not in Montana.
My Montana moose was it bigger than
Yeah, it
your
was bigger
Alberta?
than the Alberta
Okay,
moose,
I
yeah.
forgot that too. But,
Yeah.
how many years?
I hunted 10 days for that moose on a 6-day hunt.
I hunted 3 days. Didn't we pack in
No.
2 and then?
Yeah, that is true.
I did pack in 2 days. I roughed it. Slept in a tent on the cold, everything. But how many years have you put in for moose in Montana?
30 years.
30 years. And so I put in for 16, and I was fortunate to draw it. And when you
16
hunt,
years.
how many
I've
of you
been
have a
putting in
hunting
for
partner that you hunt
30
with?
years for that tag.
Quit whining. No, I'm just kidding. How many of you have a hunting partner? Somebody you hunt with, maybe your wife or a buddy, your brother or dad. See.
How many hunt with your wife in here?
There you
Look
go.
at that.
How many of you have higher taxidermy bills now? Yeah. See, that's what happens sometimes. So when you have hunting partners,
Yep.
you have givers and takers. And
What?
I just was saying that. I don't know. But I did. I felt bad that I got the moose tag and Chad didn't.
You did not feel
And
bad.
I did. It hurt my heart. And I wanted Chad to experience it. So we went on the moose hunt, and I let him scout and find the moose and find
This
the
is
signs.
the area I started guiding in.
Yeah,
25
he was familiar
years
with it. I wanted
before.
him to reminisce the old days, you know. And then I just shot the moose. I shared everything else. Let him pack it, gut it, quarter it, haul it out.
It was a great experience.
It was
for me.
great. It was a family experience. The boys came in on horseback, helped. I was not putting my hand
Take
anywhere
the
close to that
picture of
moose.
you by the moose.
We had so many buck knives going to get that moose out of there. It was, yeah, it's quite interesting. You know, like that. So it's a lot of fun. But you can have a lot of fun enjoying God's great outdoors together. You can.
And speaking of fun, one of my favorite things to do is hunt black bears with Marcia. Say, Chad, why do you like hunting bears with Marcia?
I didn't hear anybody ask that question.
Why do you like bears with Marcia? Exactly. Because she gets so jacked up, excited. Woo-hoo-hoo!
I did not realize that I was like an adrenaline, you know.
She's an adrenaline junkie.
But those bears, because it's, you know, they can eat you, right?
Right.
And you're only like 8-10 feet off the ground. And first of all, when I first started hunting, I was informed by someone that bears do not climb up tree stands. Yeah, they do. Let me just tell you, they do. So it makes it pretty interesting. And then you hear them, and they're they're huffing and puffing, and they're walking, and you're so excited to see it. And then they come in, and then you got to wait for the shot. And
So I have some footage. Last year we're in Saskatchewan. And the outfitter, buddy of mine up there, said, hey, Chad, there's a big bear hitting this stand. Now, in Saskatchewan, you're able to hunt over baits up there because it's so thick. I mean, it is like a jungle thick. You never see these bears. And so they come in. There's another reason you hunt over baits is you see the biggest boars. So you can tell if a sow has cubs and you're not taking younger bears, you're able to see
it really
the big,
helps
mature.
the management, so you make a good choice on the bear that you take.
So we're in there and we're set up. And all of a sudden, this bear comes in. That was a decent bear, but it wasn't a monster bear. And it came in and took off right away. And I looked at Marcia and said, there is a big bear close. Should we roll the footage?
Yeah, this has not been shown. This is next year's season,
TV.
and we've only shown this one time.
Not in Oregon.
And we've only shown it one other time, period.
Yep.
So, are you ready?
I don't know. I'm on the edge of my sheet.
Sheep. Here we go. Bear hunting.
Notice her nails look great for the shot.
You got to be ready for those trophy shots
for the
with your
trophy
nails. Got my primer in. Ready to get your primer in. That's always a good thing once you get in the tree stand.
Hearing protection's also good because I didn't wear it.
And you'll
for
tell
a
in
while.
the video on the screen it's kind of grainy because we actually had to turn up the exposure on the camera because it was getting so dark. It was just at last light.
There he is, slipping in.
And we heard him for about 20 minutes before we ever saw him. You could hear him just circling right behind us, very close.
Big bears are smart. And he was warning that other bear that was in there. He's going, oh, oh. Marcia's
Yeah, I'm like, is he mad at me because I'm here? Because, I mean, I don't want anyone mad at me.
This is a big bear. That's a 55-gallon barrel.
And from Chad's angle, he's got a real good footage of it, but when he stepped out where I was at, the barrel was in my way to getting a shot, so I didn't have a clear shot right at first.
They say, how do you judge them? When their back is over a 55-gallon barrel, you know it's a freight train. So Marcia doesn't have a shot here. And she's like, oh. But we know that these big bears don't hang around.
No, they generally come in and come out pretty quick.
I told Marcia,
you can see that little, there's a donut on top of that barrel. You see that? Most of the time, they'll come in, grab something of the bait, and then they just leave right away. And it was so dark that I knew that I probably was going to only have just a short window of opportunity, and that was going to be it.
Marcia's using the CBA Accura V2 White Hots powder and a Power Bell bullet, 405 grain. And that, look how big that skull is on that bear. That's a big old bear. Now this, I'm proud of Marcia because she was ready.
I just did not have a shot till then.
Right there. He's going to leave.
And the other good thing about having a good hunting partner is while I'm in the tree stand, I can reload and I can have my partner go check the bear to see. I mean, that's a good thing, you know. I'm a giver. I let him, you know.
Look at that bear.
And he only went about 20 yards.
He did.
That was it.
Now, that was a big bear. You see a picture of him like that, but it doesn't give him justice. So they had a Polaris Ranger there. Let me show you how big this bear really was. That is a big bear.
I wasn't going to get him out by myself.
No.
Again, I let you share the hunt with me.
You are such a giver.
Yes,
You like to share with that.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Now, we love hunting together. That was the spring. So now let's fast forward to last fall. You had a Montana deer tag. And for some reason, I don't know about here in Oregon, but in Montana, our bucks started rutting early. I mean, it was the end of October. Normally, it's about the 10th of November where we are. And they were doing the rut action. And I told Marcia, we need to head out there.
We came in and out. We had one day. We said, let's just go and see what happens.
She's got the Bergara rifle in 6.5 Creedmoor. I'll talk about that caliber a little more in a minute. Let's head to Montana.
Oh, we're going to show this.
2 videos of Marcia tonight.
And remember when Chad runs camera, he likes to, you know, have you wait a while before you shoot. So there's those does. And it is very important that wide open country, not always can you lay down because we have tall grass or something gets in the way. And so I always take the shooting stick. I have the bog pod. And I was glad because the shot I had to get up on my knees. So I would have tried to, you know, I would have had to hold it up. And this just made it really stable.
You folks that hunt eastern Oregon, central Montana is a lot like that. Big open country. This buck was chasing us.
We saw him up on the top in the sun, and then he just disappeared. We couldn't find him. But we never saw him come out, so we just sat there for 20, 30 minutes and said he's got to be in there somewhere because we didn't see the doe or the buck come out. And sure enough, that doe started bringing him out.
Now, well, we're filming a lot. I'll give you a little background. A lot of times we're at different angles. Marcia will be down in front of me. I'll sit at a different angle. So sometimes your camera angles on your deer are different than where the shooter is. And this buck is trailing, and he has no clue we are there right now.
Wait.
You mule deer hunters, this is called lip curling coming up next. That buck is scent checking. Watch this.
And I'm like, I'm on him. But Chad's wanting to get, you know, good footage. Okay, I got him.
I'm like, look at this, don't shoot yet, don't shoot. Oh yeah, there you go. She hit him at that angle. She was quartering away. That buck rolled down the hill. She got her beautiful Montana deer.
Beautiful Montana buck.
6.5 Creedmoor.
And the other good thing is when you have a hunting partner, they can take a picture of you with the deer, with your trophy. So that turned out good, you know.
Yep.
It's just fun to get out there together.
It is. I love hunting with you. What's some other tip that you would give us? There's a lady here maybe thinking about hunting, or a husband getting their wife involved.
Well, just know your firearms. That's the main thing. It's a lot of times when women in the outdoors, you don't just, here's the gun, go shoot it. Go over it, go to the range, shoot, know all the safety. You have to really feel comfortable for many different reasons, but you want to have your safety and your comfort in doing that. Because when it comes down to it's time to shoot, you want to be able to process everything and be knowledgeable and know your facts on it.
That's it.
There
That's
you go.
awesome.
And have fun. And the meat is delicious.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah.
came up to me and said, my wife's enjoying your cookbook, or we love watching the recipes on the field. We eat the meat that we harvest. And much of it that we don't, we share with other people and provide for other families that are in need. And so it's great to organic meat, like you say.
That's it. And her cookbook's sold out, so we're working on a new one for her. But if you want current recipes, go to shootstraighttv.com.
We just recently logged up all the recipes, so they're all online.
All kinds of recipes on there for wild game.
There you go.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate it, babe. All right, I've said it before. You want to make your wife happy? Take them to Hawaii. You want to make you happy with your wife? Go hunting in Hawaii. Aloha. Buddy of mine outfits over there, Hawaii safaris, and we have a good time. And this last year, it was my turn. Marcia and the boys been hunting the last few years, so I'm going after axis deer. We went to a new island, went to Molokai. Now I said new island. That's a new island for us to hunt. There are 50,000 axis deer on that island. 50,000! Axis deer is my favorite deer meat to eat. Let's head over there now. Pat Fisher, we spotted this buck late afternoon. It's like hunting out in the desert. It's crazy. On this side of the island, rocky. Shooting a Bergara custom rifle. About 85 degrees out. And that buck was bedded. And we've learned with axis deer, when they get up, a lot of times they'll just take off quick. And if you can sneak in on one in the bed, he's in that shade, take a shot. I asked Wyatt, you on him? I've got a hole the size of a softball to thread this bullet through. Boom. That's a beauty.
That is a monster.
That's a nice buck. That's a really nice buck.
I was calm until now. That thing is huge.
Yeah, he's a really big buck. That's a beauty.
You and I have been hunting up here for 10 plus years together. And that's my biggest.
Yeah, that's a nice buck.
Deer.
Another fun one.
Let's check this out.
That was my biggest axis deer. That's why I didn't wait for him to stand up and take a chance on him getting out of there, because I knew how big that buck was. And man, what an exciting hunt. That's always fun hunting over in Hawaii. All right, people ask us all the time, what rifles do you use? We use Bergara rifles. They have the new production lines out now. They also have the Premier lines. And this is the new one they just released at SHOT Show. It's the HMR, the hunting match rifle, and incredible guns. This gun started about $850, and then these will go up around $1,000 retail. So very affordable in the line of upper end rifles, and very, very good guns. We love using them. As I travel around, a lot of times I do these seminars, people say, okay, Chad, what is hot right now? What's exciting? A lot of new calibers. There's some calibers like 6.5 by 284. There's a lot of other great ones. But what we're seeing, one of the hottest calibers right now, was designed in 2007, the 6.5 Creedmoor. Now, I was like, yeah, just another caliber. Because I'll tell you, if we go around this room and I say, what's the best rifle caliber? I'm going to get as many answers as people in this room. Everything from a 243 to 270, 25-06, 280, 300 Win Mag, 300 Weatherby Mag, 300 Norma. Oh, we might jump into the short mags. Let's not forget about that. And we go on and on and on. You know what I tell people? Whatever you can shoot well, shoot. And whatever you can afford. If you got a good rifle, enjoy it. But you always got to have a new one. Because guns are like shoes for ladies. Equal guns to equal shoes. That's what I tell my wife. You got to have that balance there. Knives. I've had ladies come up, I have as many guns as shoes. I'm like, you're awesome. I saw this year was on a social media post. It said, ladies who love to fish and hunt should be awarded with larger diamonds. That's what the post said. I'm just passing it on. Then I saw one guy post this. It said, when I die, I hope my wife doesn't sell my guns for what I told her I paid for them. But you say, Chad, what's so special about 6.5 Creedmoor? I'll just tell you, it's the hottest selling caliber with the Bergara rifles we're seeing right now. Why is that? Well, it's got the recoil of about a 243 with the ballistics of a 300 Win Mag. It's very flat shooting. 143 grain bullet will travel at 2,800 feet per second. It has knockdown power. I'm going to show you some footage here in a second. It's flat shooting, drops about 7-8 inches at 300 yards. Just a great. It is my new favorite antelope mule deer gun. We even tried it on an elk this year, had a guide, had a tag, and he wanted to see if he could use one of the guns. We said, we only got a 6.5 Creedmoor. I said, we haven't tried it on elk. He hammered it, rolled it down the hill. But let's talk antelope, and I'll show you some footage with it. If you draw an antelope tag, spend your time in glass and glass and glass some more. You got to have good optics out there in the field. Very, very important. Next, cover the area. Be mobile. It's very important to be mobile while you're out there. Spread out and glass. You got to cover the train on those antelope because they can run 47 miles an hour. They're fast. Anybody hunt antelope in here? Oh yeah, I love it. Good eating. You say, antelope are good eating? Yeah, they're great. The key is getting them cooled off. So many times guys will shoot them and it's 85 degrees out, throw them on the hood of their truck, drive home. It's not that they're wild, they're spoiled. Cool them off. We get some antelope up in our country that eat alfalfa fields. I'll eat antelope over elk. If you take care of them, they're very tender meat. I love antelope. Find a vantage point and sit if you're in an area where antelope are pressured. I've hunted areas where there's a lot of guys hunting. I'll find a little rise in the train and I'll sit there and guess what? All of a sudden, whew, here comes these antelope running by me. So have a flat shooting gun like a 6.5. Now I had the opportunity to go to Alberta last year and hunt antelope. Southern Alberta, wide open, flat country, great waterfowl, but it has some big antelope in it. And how many like antelope with big prongs on them, big old cutters? Well, we found a buck up there. I was talking to the outfitter up there, a friend of mine, and he's like, hey man, I got this buck I've been watching all summer. He's got your name on it. So I'm pumped up. So I show up in camp. I was like, all right. I got there a day early just to scout and shoot video because he said, I'll tell you, you're hunting public land. That antelope, if you don't get him at sunrise opening morning, he's going to be gone. You guys know what I'm talking about? So the game was on. So I get there the day before. They can't find the antelope. They've been watching him every day. He's disappeared. I'm thinking, what? A poacher got him? Coyote got him? We're looking all day. Nothing. 6 o'clock. An hour before sunset. Here comes a coyote. And we see a coyote chasing an antelope. And then we see an antelope chasing a coyote. It was that buck. I'm like, perfect. We'll follow him. We'll bed him. We can bed him. They'll bed down at dark. Antelope will do that. Get on him first light. You know what? That antelope didn't bed at last light. We're out there trying to see him, and he's still moving. So I mark him with the GPS. That's a good thing to do. All right, first light. Let's be where we at least saw him last, and we'll try and find him again. So here is hunting the antelope in southern Alberta. First light. You got a big buck spotted. You get in there. You don't want to blow him out. And all of a sudden we saw him. He was on the move. I mean, that's low light right there. This is legal shooting right here. I mean, the earliest illegal shooting. And he was about a half mile off a major highway. I'm like, we better get on him quick. Like we said earlier, you always have a good rest with you. Those bog pods are great.
Wait till he comes out that other
Get you over
side.
the sagebrush. Look at the prongs on that butt.
There's some cows there. We gotta let him clear that.
Now, there's cows in the background. I gotta wait for him to clear the cattle.
Yep. I'm on him. Ready? He's down.
6'5" Creedmoor.
He is down.
Did the trick. 200 yards. Well played, Scott.
He's down.
Well played, Chad. Well done.
Oh, this is awesome. Oh, man. This
is awesome up here in Alberta. I tell you, these guys up here at Silver Sage Outfitters do a magnificent job. They've been scouting this buck for all summer. And they said, Chad, opening day, be ready because you're hunting public land and it could happen quick. Walker's running camera this morning. Malcolm, thanks so much.
Chad, it was a pleasure.
All right. Look at the cutters on that buck. Buck of a lifetime there, but you got to be ready. And this is what I tell people. Don't pass up something on the first day you'd be happy with on the last day. Opportunity knocks, you better take it because you never know when you're going to get that opportunity again. You know, once those animals hit the ground, that's when the real work begins. We've had buck knives here for years. The boys have become Buck's youngest set of dealers, and because they travel with us all the time, Buck said, you know what, let's set them up as dealers. They can't have a job at home because the boys work for ranchers while we're at home and do all kinds of different things. So all the proceeds off the buck knives go to Walker and Wyatt. And Buck's even given us an engraver now, so we'll autograph the blades, put your name on it, and we have that tonight. Some really good, affordable prices. This knife here, that's one of the Pack Light series. It's ultra light, heavy duty. It grips in your hand real well, and some people call them skeleton knives because they're just a real heavy duty knife and lightweight. And we have those on the table, and don't miss out on those. All right, elk hunters, you've been waiting to talk about elk hunting. Spend time scouting prior to the season. It is so important to know your area and hunt it over and over. You get to know it. Now, if you're not finding elk, it's time to find a new area. I'll just give you that hint. I was in Washington. I'm not saying anything about Washington hunters, but I was in Washington. A couple years ago, this guy goes, hey, Chad, I'm here at your seminar. I've been elk hunting over 40 years. I've hunted the same area 40 years. I've never got an elk. I said, well, you don't even have to listen to the rest of my seminar. I can tell you, find a new area. Got to get in there. Learn the area. It's very important. Learn the land. Pay attention to the sign. Look for fresh sign. And know this, that after elk get some pressure, they're not going to be hanging in those areas they've been all summer. They move into different areas. And it can change, so be mobile. Be willing to find different areas. Get off the beaten path. Get out in the country. Get out there away from everything. It'll help you be more effective. And be call smart. You say, what do I mean by that? Well, when you're out there calling, I walk through the woods. I've said this before. You walk, blow a cow call during rifle season as you're walking every couple hundred yards. Now, don't wear tan. Make sure you're not dressed in a tan outfit when you're cow calling because you don't have to wear orange in Oregon. I get that. I love it. But every 100 yards, blow that. That way, if you step on a twig, break a branch, you can walk on elk. The other thing is, don't overcall. For you bow hunters in here, you get out there early in the morning, you cow call, and that bull goes. What's the first thing you want to do? Call back right away. Why? Because it's so fun. I get a bull to answer. You know what? I shut up. I'm quiet. Now, if I'm on public land, I'm real careful because sometimes somebody will hear that elk and they'll go, really? That bull answers you. Be quiet. Let him come. Now, if he's in the same place and he hits again 5-10 minutes and he's not moving, do one more. Play cat and mouse with that bull. Make him come looking for you. Because if you call every time, he's like, oh, I know that cow's over there. Or is that a person? Or is that a Primos? Double reed? What? Is that triple reed? No. Some of those elk on public land, they know what brand call being used out there. And while I'm on the subject, prior to season, don't go practicing in the woods. Don't drive around on your truck scouting or four-wheeler. Blah, 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 blah. Turn it off. Call. Drive away. Okay, it's getting real quiet in here. Don't educate the bulls. It's very important when you're out there hunting. So call less. They say, do you ever bugle? Sometimes I'll do this. I sound smaller than the bulls I'm trying to call in. I'll go. The reason is that I'm doing those higher tones. Younger bulls have smaller larynxes. It's no different than a 6-year-old boy up here and an 80-year-old man. That 80-year-old man, he's going to be deeper and growly like those herd bulls. Where that young bull is going to be more of a... And shorten it down. I've said this years ago. Shorten your calls down. Average bull only will bugle for 3 to 5 seconds. The average hunter will go for 10 seconds. Why? Because they can. And some of them get into it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to move when you call. It's all right here in your mouth. Just keep that hands free. That's important. Say, Chad, do you use a grunt tube? I'll use one sometimes, but I don't do it very often because I'm using my mouth and my calls. I don't want anything to get in the way when I'm out there calling. It's very important. So call smart. All right, we're doing a full meal deal tonight, and we've been going all over the spectrum. Now let's hit whitetails for a couple minutes. Whitetail hunt, know their food sources. If you find the food, you're going to find the whitetail deer. Scout with trail cams. Put it on the video setting. Why is that? A lot of times you've got it on the picture setting. You get one picture. It resets. It'll do it. You can set it on 30 seconds, 10 seconds, or a minute, 2 minutes, whatever. If you're on video, a lot of times those small bucks will come out, and those bigger bucks are at the end of the bachelor herds with whitetails. So let it run on video mode. You'll pick up more deer. And then be prepared and comfortable to sit out all day and know your gun's ballistics. Now, Wyatt talked about this year, and we're almost done tonight. Wyatt talked this year about heading out hunting, getting permission. Let's watch his hunt. It's pre-rut. This buck's got a scrape line along this creek bottom. Wyatt got permission. Marcia's running camera. I was guiding another hunter. And he's like, all right, Mom, I know where this buck is going. Let's set up. Mike's using a 6.5 Creedmoor on this too. This buck is working the scrape line early in the season, right before rut. These bucks will make their scrape line. They'll rub down in the ground. They'll have overhanging tree branches. This doe's right here. It's not rut yet. He's just checking things out. He's going to urinate on his hocks right there, on his metatarsal glands. She's like, yeah. Not that time of the rut yet. This buck has a long scrape line all the way across the bottom of this edge of this meadow. Just working closer to Wyatt. And there he takes the shot, 280 yards. This buck doesn't realize it, but he is dead on his feet. Oh, he's going down. He's going down. Yeah, you got him. There's Wyatt's buck. He got permission to do that. Took a dandy deer and knew what his... You say, well, you let your kids shoot that far? Those kids started hunting when they were 4 and 5. We've got a shooting range in our backyard where they shoot more ammo than probably most military people. Enough that they started reloading this year. I'm like, all right, boys, enough with this. We've got to start reloading. So they start reloading when they practice, and then they use some great stuff from Arms Corps and ammo and more, some really good stuff, and hunt with that. But they've learned how to reload because they like to shoot a lot. And it's fun. Get your kids out in the outdoors. Now, one of the things we love to do, we love to hunt bears, call bears in. We showed that with Marcia. For you guys hunting out here in the West, you can call bears in. They will eat calf elk. They're very aggressive. How do you call bears in? But no, they're coming in to eat. And large kitty cats called mountain lions will come in too. So be on the alert anytime you call. I told this story, I think, about 10 years ago here, so I'm going to tell it again. There are only a few folks in here who were there back then. I was guiding this bear hunter in Idaho. I started calling. All of a sudden, here comes this bear, and he's coming in, and he's working, and he's coming in on a string, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is awesome. I'm calling bears in. This bear's coming, and I see him drooling. I'm like, man, he is hungry, and I'm making the food call. And he gets in to 30 yards. My client from California pulls up, and I hear the loudest sound I've ever heard in my life. Click. He looked at me and said, what should I do? I'm like, dude, the bear's standing there ready to charge us. And so I wanted to say, I'm like, put another one in it. So he jacks it out. And about that time, I'm like, man, this bear is still coming. And he's down to about 15 yards. So I stand up, hey, 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 bear, hey, hey, hey. And the bear goes, whoa, you're not a Scooby Snack. And takes off to about 40 yards. And then whirls and goes, wait, I'm still hungry. You'll do. And starts going. And the guy's like, what do I do? I'm like, shoot now. Shoot. I chased him away once. You better shoot. Boom, he shot the bear. Bear drops. Woohoo. I said, have you ever had a problem with that gun doing that before? He's like, well, at the range, about every third shot before my hunt, it wouldn't go off. I said, you take it to a gunsmith? He's like, well, I'm like, this is a beautiful gun. It's a Winchester, pre-64. I love it. I'm envious of this gun. He's like, well, the firing pin, they said, was kind of bad. I could still get some use out of it. It was over $100 to fix it. I'm like, well, that just told you your life's worth about $100. Bring a gun like that on a bear hunt. You're not the sharpest individual here, I'm just telling you. But if you're calling bears in, be prepared. Always set up against a big tree just to protect yourself because other big critters. And I do recommend don't do it in bear country. I mean in grizzly bear country. That's what I mean. Grizzly country, they're a little quicker and bigger, and they chew you up a little bit more than black bears do. So keep that in mind. You know, we've had a lot of fun tonight, and I appreciate the great attention you folks all have given. I've enjoyed myself. Before we leave, I want to share one more thing with you. You see, we prepare for these adventures. Last year, I told the story of my buddy Bob DeYoung, the outfitter, who passed away unexpectedly, and we'd planned this hunt with him and prepared and everything. And we just never know what's going to happen. Today, I was on the phone call with the CEO of Bergara. And he's a good friend of mine, and I called him up on some business stuff, and he said, Chad, he's like, I just got to tell you, he's like, I'm on my way. He's like, my dad's 74 years old, he just passed away. He's like, he was sitting at the breakfast table this morning, and he just, boom, fell right over. They tried CPR, and he never came back. 74. I said, Nate, I am so sorry. And I think about how each and every day we make plans. If you're like me, you have a list. You have things, okay, this is what I've got to do today. This is work. These are things I've got to accomplish at work. And we plan and prepare. We get ready for hunting season. I mean, I'll tell you right now, we're putting in for the Utah tags. And we just put in for our Montana special permits. And you folks put in for your permits. You plan and prepare for this hunting season. Hoping you'll draw one of those special tags. I talked to some guys talking about putting in for Eastern Oregon. You're planning, you're preparing. You're getting ready to go fishing. You got all these plans. And then all of a sudden, things change like that. I had a friend pass away, and his daughter said this: I wish that I could just hit rewind. Just go back, just for a little ways. Just go back and talk to my dad some more. You know, we're in Oregon tonight. And this last fall, I had the opportunity to take a guy out and hunt with him. They're part of muzzleloaders.com, company up in LeGrand. They also have waders.com. Jeff and Cole are brothers and have business together, and they're a customer of CVA, and I had the opportunity to spend some time with them and found out, man, they're good Christian guys, and man, we had fun. We're having a blast. Went out there, and Cole was hunting with me and spotted this buck and got in close and ended up getting him a really unique mule. There was an Eddie crowned on top. Just a real cool buck. And had that fun. I saw him at SHOT Show in January of this year down at Las Vegas, shooting, hunting, outdoor trade show just last month. And we were talking about the hunt and reminiscing. See, Cole was 32 years old. And for those folks in Oregon that have been watching the news, you may have heard about a snowmobiler up in LeGrand, from LeGrand last week, that had a major accident, a fatality. See, Cole was driving down the trail, from what I've been told, and turned around for a second, hit a tree limb, broke his neck. They tried CPR on him for as long as they could until people got in there. Had a doctor up there with him and everything. I don't know all the details, but I know that he took his last breath, and last Saturday they had his funeral. See, this was a picture that we took in November, just a couple months ago. 32 years old. I mean, this guy had a huge smile, grinned all the time. We had a blast. We had a good time. You know, you ever hunted with somebody you just cut up and have a good time with? That was Cole. I don't get to hunt with Cole this next year. His brother Jeff, who's an awesome guy, doesn't get to hunt with his brother this year. And Jeff put on his Facebook post, he said that he talked to his brother the night before. And he said, people, take time for your family. Make sure you call your brother and sister up. Tell them you love them. Because you never know when it's going to be in. You know, I asked you tonight, you've been so gracious and listened to me, such a great crowd. I asked you tonight, do you know 100% sure if you died tonight you go to heaven? See, we're not promised tomorrow. I'm sure my buddy Nate didn't think that he'd be planning a funeral for his dad this week. Cole's wife, I'm sure, when he went out snowmobiling, didn't think that'd be the last time Amy'd see him. You know, we're not promised tomorrow. So I ask you, are 100% sure? Not 99%. It's kind of like that bear coming up at you. You want to be 100% sure your gun's loaded, or 99%? I want to be 100%. You see, I can tell you, folks, great places to hunt and fish. And if I told you, hey, this is where you can shoot a 400-inch bull in Oregon tonight, or this is where you can catch a huge steelhead or shoot a monster blacktail, if I could draw a map for you on public land, guarantee success, I'd have people lined up all around this church afterwards for me to draw that map. I want to take just a couple minutes of your time and show you something way more important, and that's how you can know 100% sure you're going to heaven. You see, because when Cole passed away, I didn't have to tell Cole goodbye. I just had to say, see you later, friend. I'm going to see you again because I accepted Christ. So how can you know? And I'm going to show you according to the Bible. I just want to share a few verses with you, and then we're going to be done. You see, the Bible has the answers to anything that we have going on in our life. First, I want to share with you John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. You say, well, Chad, how can I know? I'm a pretty good person. I try to do nice things. And how can I know if I'm going to heaven or not? I'm like, well, there's one way right here. The Bible says this, as it is written, there's none righteous, no, not one. We're all sinners. Hang out with me for a day, you're going to find out I'm a sinner. Talk to my wife 5 minutes, you might find out quicker. We're all sinners. Romans 3:23 says, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Because of our sin, we're not going to heaven unless we accept Christ. Romans 5:8 says, but God commendeth his love towards us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. You see, right around the corner is going to be Easter. And what do we celebrate at Easter? It's not the Easter bunny, although those little Cadbury eggs can be kind of good sometimes. No, we're celebrating Christ's death, his burial, but his resurrection. Christ died on the cross for our sins. Somebody said, how much did Christ love you? He loved you this much. He gave his blood for you. He died on the cross for our sins. And then Romans 6:23 is one of my favorite verses in the Bible. But I've got something to go along with Romans 6:23. I've done this a few years here. But tonight, I got something pretty unique here. Now, there's people that have been here for several years, and I appreciate it. Look at this. Buck, it's their 75th anniversary of the 119. This is a beautiful knife. There's a guy sitting on the aisle right there, camouflage hat right there, Wrangler shirt. Come on up here. He sat in the front row. He raised his hand for 10 years. He's been in this crowd. This is an awful big knife. I know it, but sometimes young people, this might be a little bigger knife. This is the 75th anniversary. Now, tell everybody your name tonight.
Mick Clark.
He wants me to adopt him. We've talked about that, so I was trying to bring my son up here. Wants us to take him on hunts. He said he didn't get the invitation. I told him it was lost in the... Do you have a knife like this?
No.
No. I'm glad, because I would have known something was suspicious, because these just came out. Not that you're not suspicious sometimes, but this knife right here, you can see it, 75th anniversary. You see, if I give him this knife, it's a gift. And a gift is something given and something received. So tonight, normally $100. Let's see, how about $45? That'd be a good deal tonight, wouldn't it?
I already gave you 40.
You gave me 40, I know. But that wasn't for this knife. This knife is pretty incredible. See, a gift is something that's given and something that's received. Yeah, he has a good grip on him, I'm just telling you. Something is given and something received. You see, right here, it says, for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Lord. It's a gift. See, he had to come up and receive that gift. He's been here before. He's probably seen me do this type of thing before with a gift, but a gift is something special. It's our 10th year here. And this man has meant a lot to me. I've seen him year after year, and he brings a smile to my face. You know, we're to be encouraging to other people. We're to be out there and be friendly. That's what I love about this church here in Medford, how friendly they are to people. And I appreciate your friendship, and I want to give you that gift.
Thank you
for coming tonight. Thank you, my friend. It's a gift. For the wages of sin is death, but a gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ. The only way we can go to heaven is by receiving that gift. See, he could sit there and go, yeah, I'm not coming up there. I might get embarrassed. I don't want to do that. It's kind of like Christmas morning. Can you imagine Christmas morning, your parents have a present for you when you're little, and you say, oh, no, I'm going to go play with my friends. It would crush them. You see, Christ died on the cross for our sins. God sent his Son to this earth to die on the cross for our sins, but yet there's some of you in here have rejected it. Some of you folks have heard this before. Oh, I got lots of time. Do you? We don't know. I told a story about my buddy Jay Guthrie, outdoor rider, passed away, 37 years old, in his sleep. I told stories up here about being bluff charged by a grizzly bear. I told a story one year about one of my guides who passed away up on the mountain elk hunting, and a herd of an elk fell back and died in my client's arms. We're not promised tomorrow. I told a story about how in 2013 we're driving down the road and a 17-year-old pulled out in front of us. I was going 70 miles an hour, couldn't go anywhere to get away from him. Hit the engine of his vehicle, spun him around. My wife goes unconscious. I don't know if she's broken her neck. She broke several bones in her body. And I can tell you that when that happens, you don't have time to make things right. You don't have time to accept Christ, because when that happens, it's over. It's over. I talked about that little hyphen in between Bob DeYoung's 1965 date of birth to when he passed away in 2016. Your life is but a hyphen. And we don't know when that last date's going to be put on there. Are you 100% sure? You say, well, Chad, how can I know that? Well, Romans 10:13 says this, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Whosoever. Anybody. Put your name right there. Instead of for whosoever, for John, for Nick, for Mick, for Bill, for Jody, for Sheila. Put your name in the whosoever. For whosoever shall call, for Chad, shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Saved from what? An eternity in hell. You know, I've been in camps before, hunting camps. I'd be sitting over there, and all of a sudden there'd be some guys, might be with a different group, and they're just having a good time, they think, and overhear them saying, yeah, me and my buddies, we'll get to hell someday. We're just going to keep partying it on up, and we're going to have a big time. I'm like, you know what the Bible says about hell? Where the worm dieth not, where the thirst is not quenched, where it's fire, it's brimstone, it's dark, it's nasty. Why would you want to spend eternity there when you can go to heaven? You say, well, Chad, that seems pretty easy. All I got to do is accept Him. Well, yeah. Let me tell you one other thing. Ephesians 2:8-9 says this, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is a gift of God, not of works, lest any... in this light. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. Not of works. If you could do all these things and say, well, I gave money here and I did this there and I was a good person, then I'll go to heaven. No, that's not what the Bible says. Not of works. Because if people could do that, they'd be bragging. Well, look at me. I did this, so I'm going to heaven. I wrote a check out for $1 million. I'm going to heaven. I did it. No, God wants us all to be equal. It doesn't matter if you got 1 penny in the bank or $100 billion in the bank. We're all equal in God's eyes. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. You say, well, I've went to church all my life. I've been a good person. You can go out in your garage this week and spend all week sleeping out where your car is, and you're not going to turn into a car by sleeping in the garage. You're not going to end up in heaven by going to church every week, though church is very, very important, and it's good, and that's what helps us grow and gets us through the week. Some people say, well, Chad, if I'm a Christian, I just wouldn't have fun. Doesn't look like I missed out on a whole lot of fun. So tonight, do you know 100% sure you're going to heaven? If you don't, let's settle it. In a minute, I'm going to pray. When I pray, it's called the sinner's prayer. I'm going to ask you to pray with me. Just quietly while you're sitting there, God knows your heart. But pray with me and accept the greatest gift of all time. You see, you plan for hunting season. You'll shoot your bow all season. You'll shoot your rifle for something that lasts for a season. Eternity lasts forever. Take just a couple seconds and say, hey, I'm going to accept that gift. I want to spend eternity in heaven, not in hell. Let's bow our heads, close our eyes. Nobody looking around. I will not embarrass you. But tonight you say, Chad, I need to accept that gift. The gift can be accepted by praying and accepting Christ. And the prayer goes just like this. Pray with me now. Dear Jesus, I know I'm a sinner. I believe you died on the cross, rose on the third day. Forgive me of my sins. Come into my heart. While you're sitting there tonight, if you did that, just say, thank you, Jesus, for coming into my heart. With eyes closed and heads bowed, nobody looking around, I just want to pray for you. I just want to thank the Lord for those that accepted that gift tonight. I want to pray for you tonight. So if you did that tonight, just quietly while you're sitting there, nobody's going to embarrass you. Heads bowed, eyes closed, just raise your hand. Say, Chad, pray for me. I received that gift. Yes, I see that hand. Yes, I see that hand. I see those 2 hands in the back. I see those 4 on my left. I see that hand, 2 in the middle. I see that hand in the very back. Yes, I see these 3 up front. Yes, I see that hand. I see that hand. I see those 2 hands over there. Yes, young lady, I see your hand. Yes, in the very back, I see that hand. I'll pray. Yes, I'll pray it one more time. I tell you, if Cole was here tonight, if Bob was here tonight, if Guthrie was here tonight, they'd be jumping up and down and say, listen to this guy. Don't walk out of here not knowing. Don't be stubborn. Don't say, I got all kinds of time, because you don't know. Prayer goes like this. Dear Jesus, I know I'm a sinner. I believe you died on the cross, rose on the third day. Forgive me of my sins. Come into my heart. Thank you, Jesus, coming into my heart. Anyone else in here say, tonight I receive that gift? Just raise your hand. I'm going to pray for you. Yes, I see that hand. Anyone else? Yes, I see that hand. Yes, I see these 2 hands over here. I see this 2 hands up front. Yes, am I right? I see that hand. Yes, I see that hand on my far left. I see those 2 hands. Yes, sir, I see your hand. Yes, young man, I see your hand. Dear Jesus, thank you for those that accepted you tonight. Lord, it makes the miles worthwhile, even if it was for one, but tonight several people accepted that gift of salvation. Lord, thank you for Harvest. Thank you for all the work that these Masters men have done to put into this event. All year planning, and the last few days cooking and decorating, getting door prizes, and the pastoral staff being behind this and the facility and making sure they had a good projector and good audio visual. They put so much time into this just to make it so that some lost folks could come to know you. Lord, thank you for my wife and boys that are willing to travel with me and that we can share this greatest gift. I pray now that you'd be with the rest of tonight's activities. In your name I pray. Amen. You know, there's a number of you that accepted Christ, and it's the greatest gift that you'll ever receive. I want to encourage you, if someone invited you or a friend or a family member told you about this event and invited you to it, I encourage you to tell them what you did. Come up afterwards, tell me. I've got something I'll have on my table. It's got this track we did. It's called Staring at Death, and it goes through all the verses and everything that you did. So I encourage you to swing by my table, get that. Or if you've got a friend that you want to tell that story to, grab some of these. We'll have them out on the table. I want you to get that. I'm going to give you some instructions here in a second, but I want to challenge you with one more thing. Life's busy. Life is crazy even. And I want to encourage you, there's several folks in here who have already accepted Christ over the years, are part of this church. I want to encourage you to be the best Christians you can be, the best people you can be. I heard a man say this one time, you may be the only Bible someone ever reads. Dads, moms, kids, how's your life checking out right now? How you doing? Life can be hard. Life can be fast-paced. Sometimes we drive around, we're looking for a parking spot, and I'll just tell you, even here in Medford, Oregon, there's a couple times trying to find a parking spot, somebody, whoo, takes that spot. They say in the South, bless your heart. the first thing you want to do, oh, how could they do that? You get so frustrated. You know what? Them people are probably having a rough day. Those people are probably going through something in their life. You ever thought about letting somebody pull in and take that parking spot? Some of us could use walking a few extra steps once in a while. I'm just saying, getting ready for elk season, hunting season. But be kind. Get to know your neighbors. When there's a need out there, that's what I love about this church, is when there's a need, they try to fill it in the community. When somebody's hurting, try to be that person that's upbeat. Try to be that person that encourages other people. You see, I've read the Bible, and I know how it ends. I think of this man in the middle tonight. He used to be in our church in Montana, Mr. Bartlett. He's had a little rough time. He was the happiest guy I talked to tonight. He said, Chad, I've had surgery. I've lost my leg, but I'm not in pain. You talk about convicted. We need to be cheerful. We need to do all we can for others. We're going to be back at that table here in a minute. I'm going to tell you about this card in a second. I want to share one more thing before I leave. Oh, they turned the lights off, or the projector off. That's all right. No, you can leave the lights on. Okay. At the table, we've got all kinds of different things. We've got our season 2016 video. Don't worry about it. Our 2016 video, we got the knives, we got the calls. Swing by. We'll visit with you. Don't worry about it. That's fine. We've got that. And we're going to be at the table. We appreciate everybody coming out tonight. That plaque is very special. We'll put that in a very special place in our house. And thank you, Pastor Bob and the staff that did that. And we also have these cards right here, the prayer cards. And you can pick those up back there. It has our address. And we encourage you to pray for us. We appreciate you doing that. And 2016 video we've got there. And then if you buy $20 in calls, you get that smoking hunt. Now, this year's grown every year. It's been amazing, packed out. But what I love is so many first-time people here, and it's exciting. They've got a card right here. If you'd like more information on next year's programs, they're going to pass these out. Put your name, address, phone number. They're going to use these to draw for grand prize. So you want to put in for that. What's the grand prize tonight? Oh, is this rifle up here? Whew. What do we got up here? Remington 700. Wow, they're going to talk about that. They've got a bunch of great prizes up here. Fill this out, but I want you to pay attention to one thing. On the very bottom, it says, tonight I accepted Christ as my Savior. If you did that, I just want to pray for you. I'm not going to bother you. We're not going to pester you, but we want to pray for you. Check that box out. On the back, if you want to write something, hey, I'd like more information on this church. This church is an amazing church. If you don't have someplace you're going to, I encourage you. Now as an honorary member, I definitely want you to come to my church. Now, I wanted you to come here before. It's great. But put a note on there if you want. They'll be happy, or something you liked about the event, encouragement. They'd like to hear that. So fill those out. It'll only take a second. Then we're going to get to these great door prizes. I don't have to be to Roseburg till tomorrow night, so I'll sit around and visit with you till they kick me out of here. If you have any family or friends in Roseburg, look on our website. We got information. We'll be there. Or if you got anybody up in the Seattle area, we'll be up there Saturday night up in a little town called Roy. Check us out up there. People in the Northwest have friends all over, so let them know. We're going to be up there in Roy, and that's always a good time. As soon as you get them all filled out, they're going to have you pass them to the aisle, and they've got buckets. They're going to put them in there. They're going to pass the bucket. They're going to pass the bucket. That's even better. Well, you mentioned that if they're under. Yep. If you're under 18, please write that on your card. So just put under 18. We're not going to ask you to put your names on there. Some of you'd put older than Moses, I know. So if you're under 18, just put under 18. And we've got some great prizes. You're not going to want to miss out using these for the grand prizes. And I think I'm done. I'm going to turn it over to you. I'll be at the table when we're finished. Thank you all for coming. I've enjoyed it. I love Medford, Oregon.
All right, while we're filling out those cards, if you have a pen behind you or someone needs one, just kind of pass them around so everyone has a chance to do that. We're going to give a couple kids stuff away first. Number 28. 28. 28. Number 26. Here, we get something else with that one. There you go. Both of those. Take that. Take that. Number 30. 30. 30. Last chance. 30. 22. 22. All right. I don't know. Let me see. You got 22? Let me see. You have 30? You had 30. You get that, and then we have something for you too. You get that. There you go. All right. 4-1. 4-1. Bobber 4-1. He's coming. He's coming. Another number for that one. All right, there's 4-1, young man. You got a ring. You can keep it. It's okay. Number 4. Number 4. No number 4. How about a number 18? 18. You number 4, number 18?
It weared off.
It weared off?
I had 18.
You had 18? All right, there you go. Let's give it. We want to give away those one more. We'll do this one then. You get to keep that. You're welcome. Number 4 never showed up. How about number 37? This is nice right here. 37. It's going to look good on you. You can wear this to school and everything. There you go. All right, so we're going to give away, let's give away the one of the certificates for that. This is for the membership to the Medford Rifle and Pistol Club. Okay? And that would be a yellow ticket. All right, let me see if I can read these numbers. 506-780. 506-780. So what we need, good job. What we need you to do is go ahead and fill out your information on the back of this card.
Just double check me, my eyes aren't so good.
You got it, you got it. So put your name, address, and everything on that, and then get that card back to me, and then we'll make sure you get that. All right, now we're going to give a double J. This is for the April Steelhead fishing trip. Red ticket. 290-869. 290-869. All right. Now again, go ahead and put your name and phone number on that and get that back to us, and we'll make sure you get everything you need, okay? Now we're going to give away, this is a certificate for 2 to tap tactical, and for the pistol basic course, including concealed handgun license. And this is a blue ticket. So the first one goes to number 7654152. Oh, 4152. All right. You can just use the certificate, okay? Bring that to them. All right, you're good. Thank you, sir. And the next one, same thing. And then we're going to ask Pastor Lloyd to come up after we give this one out. 7654188. 7654188. All right, we have a winner. Pastor Lloyd, are you out there somewhere? Right here. There you go. Thank you.
We're going to give the rest of these away in just a second, but we want to give you an opportunity to pass those cards in because you can't win the rifle if you don't. So that's pretty important. So what we're going to do is we've had some people ask us also. Our spirit is we want to do our best to keep this night free for the community. It's our heartbeat. It's our spirit. We want to do that. But some of you have asked us how you can help. Maybe give a donation or whatever. That's fine. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pass some buckets around, some KFC buckets around. Come on down, gentlemen. And there's no chicken in there, so don't go fishing for anything. But if you drop your card in the bucket, and if for those of you that wanted to make any type of donation, that's fine. You can drop it in that bucket also. Don't attach it to your card, though. There's no bribery going on here. All right. But we're going to pass these around, and go ahead, man. Go ahead and start passing them around. And we want to do it quick, so quickly get it around. Fill out those cards. If you haven't, do it quick. If the ones in the front row haven't filled out, you're going to have to go to the back row and fill it out so you can still get it in there. And while those buckets are being passed around, the gentlemen are going to come up and give some more stuff away.
Number 45, Bobber 45. 45, young man right here. Bobber number 34. 34. Number 34, young lady. There you go, dear. Number 9. Or number 6. No, it's number 9. There you go. Yeah, okay. Number 40. Number 40. 40. How about 23, number 23? All right. This is the knife. You here with the mom or dad? Can he have a knife? There you go.
Thank you.
Number 24, 24. Number 24. Number 47. 47. There you go, young man. 47. Number 7. Lucky number 7. All right. A couple more of these. Number 1. Who's got number 1? Number 1. There you go. Number 46. Here he comes. 46. All right, let's start getting some of the other stuff after this. And last one of these for now, 39. Oh, so close. Gloves? Okay, there you go. He's bringing them up right. All right, let's start out with a $50 gift certificate. This is from Rogue Disposal and a hat from Matthew Solican. Where's DJ? John or somebody. John and Ben, come on up. Bob Dawson. All right. Another $50 gift certificate. Matthew Solican hat. Sam Hess. Flashlight from Petro Gas Station. Jim Atoff? Artoff? Petro Gas Station. This is the barbecue tools. John, here you go. And this goes to Borroy, last name? O-R, Bor. Matt, you got it.
Motion Industries.
Motion Industries. This is a slide flashlight from Motion Industries. Bobby Lee. All right, Bobby. What are these? What's in here?
Dinner basket has appetizers, a dinner coupon, peanuts.
All right, this is from Texas Roadhouse, and it's a dinner, appetizer, some barbecue sauce in here, and some peanuts. And this goes to Chris Giles. Chris Giles. Knife, buck knife. Who's these from?
Puma, that's from Sportsman's.
This is from Sportsman's Warehouse.
Puma knife.
A Puma knife. And it goes to Cal Conway. Look like Cal Conway, is that right? He left. I'll just take his knife. Cal is not here. All right, we'll go for another one. Mick Clark Sr. Mick Clark Sr. There you go, right down there, Ben.
This is Red Eagle Technologies. Red Eagle Technologies.
This is from Red Eagle Technology. It's a gun protectant kit. This goes to Letta, L-E-T-A. There you go. Come on down. Oh, there you go, John.
$25 from Three Rivers.
This is a $25 gift card from Three Rivers Archery. I need another name. We already gave that one. David Casey. David Casey, there you go. Another flashlight.
Yeah. This is from Motion Industries.
Okay. Another flashlight from Motion Industries. Here you go, Ben. Nicholas Heedy. What do you want to give out here? We have another $50 gift certificate to Sportsman's and a Matthew Solicam hat. There you go. Goes to Jared Hess. All right, we have from Sportsman's Warehouse a Ram 0 degree sleeping bag. It looks like Rob Hale, H-A-L-E. Something close to that? It's a Rob. How many Robs we got in here? Raise your hand. We got no Robs in here. Maybe Rob left. Rob Hyde? Nah. Can't read that one. Brian Myrick. Where's Brian? All right, there's Brian.
That is Hyde.
Yeah, they're not here. This is from Red Eagle Technologies, another gun protectant kit. Wayne Moore. Where's Wayne? He went home. Jay Godley. There you go. We have a mag light from Petro. First name is John. Last name is not Daly. Can you read that, son?
Yeah.
Yes. What is that?
I'll show.
I wasn't thinking about anybody having to read it.
There you go. This is also from Petro. Dan Christie. It's a barbecue lighter.
Double barrel.
Flame comes out. So here you go. Another flashlight from Motion Industries. Bruce Johnson. Bruce, right down there. $25 gift card from Three Rivers Archery. Doug? Doug Hartzell? Do we have any other Hartzels in here besides you guys? You boys can't write? What? Which one of you looks like a Doug? Go see which one of those boys gets that. This is Rodney Johnson, another Texas Roadhouse dinner. Here you go, Rodney. Another Puma knife from Sportsman's Warehouse. It's Mike Roseborough. All right, there we go. Sorry, boys. Heart slur? How about a heart slur? Heart slur. We got a couple raising hands back there. What's your first name? Dodie, that's what it is. Look like a dog.
Just no gift card.
Here is just a Matthew Solicam hat. Sheldon. We have a Sheldon. Maybe Banter, something like that. Sheldon, there you go. All right, how about we give away this chair? Zero Gravity Lounger. And this is from Sportsman's Warehouse also. And it goes to Brian Brenton. B-N-T-O-N, Benton. Yep. Right here. Right there. Another flashlight from Motion Industries. David Montgomery. All right, there he is. Another Rogue disposable Rogue. Sorry, Russ. Rogue disposal and a Matthew Solicam hat. Man, you guys are tough. Give it a shot. Ben, try it. Boy, that's a tough one, guys. Sorry, you can't read that one. That was tough. Next year print. Ron Stanforth Jr. Okay, last time someone jumped on that had that last name last year, I don't want to get jumped on again. There you go. Who's that?
500-pound cot, Sportsman's.
It's a big cot from Sportsman, very comfy. Burkett. Brian, maybe? Yep, all right over here. Another flashlight from Motion Industries. Tim Lewis. Tim Lewis, all right. Stove. All right, we have Explorer 2-burner gas stove from Sportsman's Warehouse. Don Richards. All right, there you go.
And then now,
Okay.
This is from First Light Taxidermy.
All right, this is from First Light Taxidermy, right over here. This is good for one shoulder mount for a deer or an antelope that expires at the end of this year. Okay, a deer or an antelope shoulder mount. Jeremiah Griffin. Where's Jeremiah? There he is. Look at that.
So we have the bottle stuff left.
Okay, we can just throw this out.
Okay.
Okay. Boys, go throw that somewhere. All right, so all we have left is the gun, but we're going to have Pastor Lloyd come on back up. Oh, wait. Oh, we have one more chair. That's right. I knew I'd forget that. And the winner is Brett Thompson. Yeah, he took the throw him out. Brett, coming right up here. Nice chair.
Here you go. All right, these guys are getting rid of things. Like we said, this was our 10th year. We're going to give the rifle away in just a second. But we want to... All right, we good? Okay. We want to make one more special presentation just before we give the rifle away. And one of the men of our church, Joe Hatton, he's going to come up right now and make a special presentation. On his way up, I wanted to show you really quick on the screen what we gave them earlier. This is a picture of the plaque that we gave the Schearers earlier that we presented to them. Just a special family to us, been here 10 years. And Brother Joe has a special presentation that he would like to make on behalf of Master's Men. And so I'm going to turn it over to him in just a moment.
If my wife were here, she would say, and you would ask her what describes me, she would say probably knives, guns, but the most important thing she would say is that service. My life verse is John 15, verse 13. It says, greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. I share that same passion and that same motivation and drive that the rest of the men on the Master of Men leadership team share. And most importantly, right now, the Schearers share. So if Chad and Marcia and Wyatt and Walker would come up. As much as they like to share with you their hunting experiences, their fishing experiences, tips of the trade and how to make your life better out there in the woods and in the field and on the lake and in the river, their passion and drive is to make your life better. Their passion and drive is to make you better husbands and wives and better families by sharing the gospel that they just shared with you here a few minutes ago. And on behalf of 10 years of service, and our gratitude and our love and appreciation and respect, we decided as a group to make you a knife, and it's all made in-house right here. And on the front of the blade it says the Schearer family, 10th anniversary, fishing for men, hunting for souls. And on the back it says Master's Men, Harvest Baptist Temple. On behalf of a very grateful church and a grateful community, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Your turn.
Well, I'm very typically not speechless, as you realize that tonight. I don't mind talking a little bit. And Marcia was in the back, and they said, you might need to move up towards the front. And she's like, I'm never surprised. People don't surprise me. I know what's going on, and I will tell you from the bottom of our hearts, you surprised us, you shocked us, but more than anything, you loved us. And we love coming here, and this is a special, special church, and you folks are special people. And you know, we spend a lot of days on the road, traveling all over the country, but it's always a smile on our face when we're heading to Medford, because we know we're going to get to be with some of the finest people in the United States and all over the world. And I know Marcia loves to be here. Do you want to say anything? I'm not going to put you on the spot. Okay. And the boys, thank you. And from the depths of our heart, I appreciate y'all sitting and being patient all these years. We got talking to Pastor Bob yesterday, and we got thinking about it, and there's been hundreds, probably 300 to 400 people that have accepted Christ at these events because of the Master's Men, and they care for the community. They care for you. They care about you, and that's why they have this. It's a time to make you familiar with this church and go, you know what? This is a great place, and for some of you, you might have been even shocked the roof didn't cave in when you walked in tonight. And it's a great place, and if you're looking for a church that loves people, don't look any further. This is a great place. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything, and I personally want to thank Marcia and the boys. I couldn't do what I do or have the ministry that we have if it wasn't for them. Marcia books all the travel. She coordinates all the schedules and the dates, and I'm very blessed to have her and the boys in my life, and thank you, boys, for being good boys. And we'll be at the table, and can't wait to meet most of you that are in here tonight. Thank you so much.
Mention Field and Stream is the story.
They want me to draw, so you go from liking me to one person will love me and the rest of you go, that Chad.
All right, this is we bought this gun at Field and Stream, and they gave us a very good price on it. We want to thank them for it. If you win the gun, there are these two gentlemen right over here. Raise your hand. You're going to want to go see them. You don't get to take this with you, but they're going to tell you what you need to do, okay?
Yeah. All right, the winner of the gun tonight. And the reason you have to do this is because with a firearm, you've got to fill out a Form 4473. That's just the way it is in America here, and to keep guns in the hands of legal owners like ourselves. All right. If your name starts with an E, you're in the running tonight. If it's Ed, you didn't win. But if it's Ethan Saunders, you're the winner of tonight's gun. Ethan.
Oh, he left.
He left.
That's harsh.
Is that him? Is that Ethan?
Oh, Ethan's not old enough.
All right, they have to be 18. I tried, Ethan. I'm sorry. Oh, Marcia's coming in. Where's Ethan? Right there. All right. How about Don Bartlett? Don Bartlett, right there. Come on up, Don.
All right, and that's it tonight. So we thank you very much. Pastor Lloyd is going to say some words.
Yeah, let's just close in prayer. Thank you so much. Can we give the Masters Men a round of applause for putting this on for us? Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll close in prayer. Father, thank you again for a great night tonight. Thank you for all the work that went into it and everything that happened. We love you. Thank you for loving us. In Jesus' name, amen.